It was OSU got out-coached, outplayed. They didn't have
Lucas Raymond is also from Sweden, so he's an anytime goal scorer for one of those two games they have in Sweden. So I don't know which one it is, but it's going to be one of the two. So lock
This
that.
doesn't make any sense. I was pissed. Fumble recovery happened. I'm going to be honest, I turned off the game. I checked back in. That was a fine.
Get back here, baby. Come on.
They're walking up to the table blind. I'm betting fucking blind.
What is going on, people? We are back. It is another Wednesday evening. It is Sharps Sports Network, the premier network for all things you need when it comes to the world of sports, when it comes to the world of betting, and when it comes to the world of football, because football is in full swing. But before we get to football, we've got a couple other sports to talk about. Now, I will be joined by Tycho. I will be joined by the Wanderer. I may or may not be joined by Snoop Luke if he can find his computer, because he's currently at somebody else's place. But before we get to them, I'm going to solo dolo it here with MLB for a minute. Now, haven't talked about MLB in about 3 weeks. I know. It's been killing me more than it's probably been killing any of you, even though none of you probably give a shit. So I got a couple of things that I want to talk about in the world of baseball. First off, I'm just going to do I'm not going to go through and go, oh, this guy had a no-hitter, this guy had a cycle, and no, a lot of things happen, okay? So what this pretty much is going to be is a sum up of where we are at. So, two things. I want to talk about the Cy Young real quick, then I want to talk about the standings, and we'll move on. First things first, I want to talk about the Cy Young Watch. The Cy Young Watch, to me, is probably the most interesting Cy Young race that I've seen in some time. Because for the National League, we have a almost 40-year-old man that had more temper tantrums than he was having strikeouts for the last 2 years of his baseball career. And that was Chris Sale, who came over to the Atlanta Braves, and all of a sudden, now is playing some of the best baseball of his career. He has been in talks halfway through the season to win the Triple Crown of pitching. Now, I don't think that's going to be as likely, but he just broke another record last night. He has 8 200 strikeout seasons, which is the second all-time by lefties. So the fact that Chris Sale is doing this and honestly coming out of nowhere, nobody expected this, I think is great. And then in the American League side of the ball, you have a team that has not been doing so well this year, a team that has been under 500 majority of the year until recently, which we'll talk about in a minute, and that is Tariq Skubal from the Detroit Tigers. Now, he's somebody that a lot of people were saying at the deadline should get shipped, should get traded because he is the most valuable piece that they can get, and they can get the most back for him. But with them not dishing him out and him staying at Comerica Park at the Detroit Tigers, his numbers have continued to be the best in baseball. Not just the American League, but all of baseball. So Tariq Skubal and Chris Sale, two people that you probably would not have had at the top of the Cy Young board, are currently the favorites for the American League and the National League side of things. And I just thought that was pretty fucking cool. Before we get to the standings,
I got one thing to say real quick, and that is if you are a pitcher in Major League Baseball and you're good at staying healthy, but you're not an ace pitcher, but you're really, really, really good at staying healthy and you can pitch all year, every year, just come play for the Tigers because our fucking pitching coach is a fucking god. And if you can be better than Casey Mize, a.k.a. you can just not get injured every fucking year and miss months at a time, we can make you into an all-star. And if you want to stay, that's great. We might pay you if we're good at some point in the next couple of years. But if we're not, you can go make a shit ton of money. Chris fucking Fetter is a god.
yes, he is
Because
a coach.
The Tigers have 2 starting pitchers. They've had 2 starting pitchers for the last month and a half or something. And they've been playing better than they played all the beginning of the year. They're on fire right now because Chris Fetter can just teach all the pitchers to pitch as one unit, and it's fine.
Yes.
Granted, I don't know. We'll see how the numbers look after you leave Detroit, but I think that our pitching coach is so good it don't even matter, bro. Like Tariq Skubal, he was already goated. Chris Fetter just made him like the little polishing touches, But everybody else, you can stay healthy. This man will turn you into a goat because Ty Madden, he had like a 7 or 8 earned run average in AAA, and they didn't have any pitchers, so they brought him up because they're like, fuck it, whatever. We need you to come up. You're the next best guy. And now his ERA since then has been like 3.4, 3.5, something like that. So like, just get him in the room with Chris Fetter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you take a great player and you put him with a great pitching coach, and great things are going to happen. And that's exactly what we're seeing. moving on, I want to talk about the wild card. But before we talk about the wild card, really quickly, I just want to shout out the Chicago White Sox. They have 107 losses so far this season. That is a new franchise record for the most losses in a single season. And the cherry on top is they still have 25 more games to play. So not only has that record been broken, but this new record should be blowing that past one out of the water. They're genuinely going to finish with a 30-130 record. It is fucking insane. Let's go over to the American League wild card because Baltimore is fine. Houston and the Mariners were playing a game for the longest time, but now it looks like the Mariners are playing Mariner games where they had the best chance to have the division, and they still want to play the wild card game in October, and it's so annoying to see, but we're just here again, another year of it, and guess who's in front of them? The team that has been the hottest team in baseball. Yes, the hottest team in baseball. The Detroit Tigers. For the last 3 weeks, the Detroit Tigers have been the best team at home, the best team at away, and the best team in the major leagues. They had a win streak of 8 games. Before that, they won 12 out of their last 15. Then they lost a couple. Then they've won 3 out of the last 4. And the Tigers have now gone over 500. They're 70-69. They're 4.5 games out of the playoffs. And the reason why this gets more interesting is because the Royals and the Twins hold 2 out of the 3 wildcard spots with the same record. So the Tigers only being 4.5 games behind both teams, all 3 of them being in the same division, and a lot of head-to-head play in the division that will be taking place in September should lead for a very interesting division finale. Also, welcome, Jesse.
Hello. I think we can all agree as a group that we've said the issue has been the hitters are inconsistent. And as we get more consistent deep in September, we can keep this up, start off with the sweep of the A's.
Hell yeah.
And next series, we're looking at a game and a half, maybe a game behind.
Yeah, if you're sitting there, and then I believe Kansas City is playing the Braves, which should be a tough series for them, and the Twins are playing Baltimore, which should be a tough series for them. So if things go the way that you're expecting them to go at the end of that's at the end of the year. Sorry. So if things are going the way that they're going at the end of the year, that's who they're playing, and the Tigers are playing the White Sox. So if we get to a last season stretch where, there's a game or 2 differential, the Tigers have the best odds in that slate because the White Sox are 31, and right before you joined, we really just talked about it, Jesse. The White Sox are 31-109. They already set a new franchise record for the worst record ever, and they still have 25 more games left to play.
Yeah, because they just got swept by the Orioles, didn't they?
Well, did you see what they did yesterday against the Orioles where the bases were loaded and there was 2 outs, and they had a fly ball, and all 3 of them ran into each other, and the Orioles announcer said, and I quote, well, the White Sox just White Sox that.
No, I was not tuned into this game. I only paid attention to game 1.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, fly ball, shallow left field. The left fielder, the third baseman, and the shortstop, all 3 collide. Bases clearing double.
I don't know if I could have finished the game. I would have been like, Coach, please spare me and sub me out. I can't do this. I'm embarrassed.
Oh, Tyler's got the clip right here.
All the time. The truth is, you have great stuff. You get challenged over the white part of the plate a little bit more. Let your stuff just play it. You don't.
Oh my Lord.
It's the White Sox that just got
The White Sox have just gone full White Sox.
Oh my
I said this right before you joined, Jesse. This is an argument for the worst team in the history of baseball.
I think it is.
They're so bad. I've never seen anything like it.
Because, I feel like there's been teams that were this low in the loss category of 38, 42, that low. And it was they just didn't have things go their way, and their roster is not that bad for the future. Like, at least they got some young talent or some people that may become something, or they got a lot of money.
Right. This is like the Pistons.
This is pitiful. I don't know when it ends.
This is like, we're bad this year, and don't even get us started on the future because that doesn't look any better.
Like,
That's where
I
they're at.
don't know how they won their 31.
Well, here's the big thing. They can't get worse, right? Like, if they go 35 and 120, it's fucking very hard to go, below that. So this would be rock bottom, and the only way to go would be up. If I'm a White Sox fan, that's what I have to tell myself, or else I don't know if I'm still here on this planet. I don't mean that in a bad way, but I just mean that in what you're making me watch every single day. If I love this team, it's agony.
It's quite an ugly situation to be in, and I would hate to be a White Sox.
Jesse, they have played 140 baseball games, and they have lost 110 of them. Think about that for a second.
Yeah, no.
That is hard. You know how hard that's harder to do than winning 110 and 140.
If they lost all that games in a row, it'd be 3 months and some change. Straight of losing.
Oh God!
Every day you play a baseball game.
It is maybe one of the worst teams in sports right now. I want to see the 2024 Pistons and the 2024 White Sox play. Who would win that game?
Yeah, play football.
The fans wouldn't. Yeah, it's got to be a neutral sport. So make it something that, make it badminton. Make it two bad teams in a fucking bad sport. No disrespect to any of you badminton players out there, but I'm not staying up late watching primetime badminton. Anyways, we can talk about badminton and the White Sox all night. We talked about the little bit of MLB that I wanted to talk about.
There's no primetime badminton. If you think you're primetime badminton, you're lying to yourself. My bad. Continue on. Not in America.
We just lost the 2% of our audience is the fucking badminton crowd. So there goes them. Sorry.
Don't rip me apart.
But that's a little bit of baseball that I wanted to touch on. We got the baseball out of here. Before we get to NFL, I don't know if Luke's joining us, so there is one UFC thing that I want to touch on because there's a big UFC fight that is taking place on Saturday. It's a fight night. The main event, Gilbert Durinho Burns and Sean Brady. Sean Brady is ranked number 8. Gilbert is ranked number 6 in the welterweight division. Sean Brady is 16-1, one of the youngest up-and-comers, absolute beast, and everyone knows what Gilbert Durinho Burns is capable of. And I just expect this to be an absolute slugfest. And I'm going to take Sean Brady in decision. I think this will be an absolute scrap. I think Durinho is going to go in there and do all that he can, but I'm going to take Brady by decision. Just wanted to point that out because I know Luke probably want to talk about it, and I don't think we're going to get Luke today.
No, probably not.
All right. Now you can hit the video. You can hit the shit because we got some recapping to do and some picks to make for college. Let's get into football.
Tagovailoa trying to make up for it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! Alabama wins!
Good snap. Good hold. And the kick is blocked. Appalachian State has stunned the college football world. One of the greatest upsets.
Throwing to Kroll. Catches the lateral. Here comes Willis. Willis racing to the end zone.
Dobbs heaves it. They're bunched up in the end zone. It's tipped up. It's caught. It is caught. Jawan Jennings.
Michigan at the 41. What a hit. Ball's free. On the ground. South Carolina
inside of 40. This is from 45 and it's blocked. Lions scoop it up. Brad Haley will score.
All right, first things first, if you want to check out the picks and the little recap that was done yesterday, check out Campus Kickoff on YouTube and on X so you can see what was said there. But we're here with Jesse. We're here with Tyler. And now that I have both of you here, the first thing that I can do is properly do this. Smack, smack. And that is for taking Florida against Miami and comfortably backing Graham Mertz to beat Cam Ward. Sorry.
Look.
I had to get that out.
Look. I have nothing to say.
Jesse goes, oh, I never even heard you say the Cam Ward thing on the podcast. I was like, that was my whole reasoning for picking Miami. Look at them.
Look, maybe they're back.
If you look at their next 7 games,
They've been back for the last 10 years, but maybe this time they actually are.
If you look at the U schedule for the next 7 games, they will start 8-0 confidently.
I like their position players that are like, star guys. I like their wideouts. They run good routes, but it's all going to be up to Cam. And these next 7 games, like you said, kind of cakewalks. Should be.
Yes, should be.
Be just slaughterfest, and then we'll figure out if they can beat some comp.
Correct. Their toughest opponent in the next 7 games is the team that just lost to Vanderbilt, that being Virginia Tech. So we will see what happens. That should tell you where they're at. Some other games that we got to recap here because they're notable games. Number 8, Penn State going to West Virginia. Everybody loved West Virginia. The country roads were singing. People were throwing their money all over them. And, we had to come in here and play the spoilers. We had to come in here and tell you that Penn State was the right way to go. They had the better running. They had the better O-line. They had the better defense. And the only place we didn't really know where they were going to stand was on the quarterback side. And Drew Allard was able to get it done. So was Penn State.
Yeah. Look, like I said with last team, it's always their year at the U. Well, you know what? Penn State's always got the next best quarterback, even though they usually don't. But this time, maybe they actually do.
Right.
They got themselves.
And it's about time because they always got the running back. So
yeah, Singleton should do them just well. He should help them do that Penn State thing.
I think the college football playoffs.
Dylan, never a doubt there. Never.
I think the college football playoffs were invented for Penn State. I said it last week. I'll say it again. They are a team.
That was probably the best reasoning I've ever heard. So
yeah, they're a team that this was invented for. Next game, a team that at halftime you might have thought, hey now, but then the second half happened and shit was a blowout. Georgia, Clemson. We were going into halftime and it was 6-0. Georgia's defense came in there and did exactly what Georgia's defense was expected to do. But Clemson's defense actually stood on its head. But Clemson's defense also used their entire gas tank out on the first half because once the second half came, Georgia played Ooga dog football. And 34-3 was the final. Easy cover for all of us.
Yeah, look, at halftime, I can't say never a doubt. There was a huge doubt. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Right.
But second half, I guess everybody ate a couple oranges and realized that they actually did know what they were doing and kicked some ass. So, I mean, shout out to them. But, like, what the fuck was that first half?
Ate a couple oranges. Hey, they don't have preseason in college, so I like to think that first half was their preseason. They said, hey, let's get a couple kinks out. Let's get a couple things out of the way. And then second half, all right, we know what we want to do. 14 points third quarter, 14 points fourth quarter. Our defense is going to do the same thing they did in the first half, and they're not scoring more than 3 points. Also, maybe, just maybe, when there's 0 transfers that come to your team, and the only other programs that have 0 transfers are Army, Navy, and Air Force because they don't want to go to fucking war, and you're Clemson, who won a national championship 5 years ago, and nobody wants to transfer over to your school, and you think, hey, we still have hidden gems in this program that can get us victories, and we're ranked 14th, you can't.
Dylan, let me stop you there. The only reason that Army, Navy, and Air Force don't get recruits is because you can't just go from Michigan to, I'm going to join the fucking Army.
Right,
like, there's a process for that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
The only reason those schools didn't do it is because it's too much of a process.
Correct, yes.
What the fuck is your excuse?
Exactly. You won a natty in the last 5 years. If anything, you have reason over a lot of these other schools to say, hey, we threw a fucking Deshaun Watson and a Trevor Lawrence out the past couple of years. We threw an ETN and some high caliber players out here. Come play for us.
Yeah,
Sweeney.
those 3 players that you listed might be the best 3 players to ever come out of that school for the next 30 years.
And Sweeney, who's been there this whole time, you're telling me when he was there, when he won the Natty, he can't recruit anybody? Nobody wants to transfer?
Honestly, I think half of the fucking country, if not more, just looks at that guy and laughs now.
Seriously.
Like, it's just, he's kind of just a joke.
Last year was
He
the
talks
first
so
year,
much, and then he gets like embarrassed every time he opens his
Well, I
mouth.
feel like last year was the first year where they had to rely on him to win a lot of games, and they didn't win a lot of games. And that's why he started getting a lot of shit where people were like, wait a minute, when you don't have a Trevor Lawrence or Deshaun Watson, you're not that good.
Listen, in the words of Roddy White, these are not my words. These are Roddy White's words.
Okay?
Clemson got way too many white dudes on the field on offense. This ain't them. You mean to tell me you only got one black dude out there making plays? That's a recruiting problem. Now,
He's not wrong.
he said it, not me. Another person, Will Compton, agreed with him, a white male. We're saying Clemson is in the South. It's weird for Clemson to not have more black players out there.
That's suspect.
And they had 0 recruits.
That's suspect as fuck. They kept everything internal.
It's a problem.
No outside people.
Maybe Dad
Not a
was
lot of
racist.
black people.
I'm not one
Let's
to
just
throw
say
out
it how it
racism,
is. They
but
kept
maybe
it real white in there.
Maybe somebody on that staff is not a good man, you know?
It's not Clemson-esque. I wonder what's going on over there.
Yeah, that actually makes me bat an eye. You know what also made me bat an eye? It made me throw
Well,
my
you know
hat.
what? Just before we leave this topic, what's very obvious that has been very obvious for the longest time. White people don't play cornerback. They can't.
Unless you go to
They're
Iowa.
not fast enough.
Unless you go to Iowa.
You don't look in the NFL. There are none.
There's one.
Except for one. One.
He just
Now.
got here. He just got here.
Just got one.
He just got here.
Fresh arrival. Might not work out.
Not played a regular
But he's
season.
currently here.
Do you know that once Cooper DeJean left Iowa, they immediately replaced him with a 5-star white cornerback prospect? Iowa's the only
We'll
place.
see.
Iowa's
We'll
the only
see.
place that's like, look.
That's the only place where you have a shot.
If you want to be a white cornerback, go to Iowa. And it's so funny we're talking about them because that was where I was going to transition to, Tyler. Threw my hat, kicked it across the fucking porch because Iowa under to start the year, and they go 40-0. But here's the good thing Yeah, you smile, but you were wrong. So don't be
I
too
said
happy.
I hate it.
But listen, they had 1 over all year last year. Okay? This is our over, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
You're welcome. Next week, they're playing Iowa State in a rivalry game, and I'm taking that under as well. So if you want to be optimistic and you want to look at this on the other side of history repeating itself, this might be the best thing that could have possibly happened because now you know it's Iowa unders the rest of the way.
Look at me, folks.
I
You
don't
don't know how hard Caden McNamara wants to prove that if Michigan had him right now, they would be in a better spot. He is going to torch the entire year.
No,
He won't
because
be
Caden
like a
McNamara
Heisman
is going to
torch
prove exactly why he
Why?
got his spot taken away from Michigan eventually. He will not
Nope.
torch all year. He will have half of the games where he has, I guarantee you right now, you will see at least 6 games where he has 50% completion, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. And they win. He is not some stud, amazing quarterback.
No, you don't have to be a stud just to ball off in 1 year of college. Let's be real here.
He's not. Okay.
He
We
can have a
different
Max
things.
Duggan-ass year.
He went 21 for 31 and had 250 yards. He did all right.
How
He
many
did not
touchdowns?
go off. So
How
you're
many
wrong.
touchdowns?
3. And 2 of them were screen passes.
Hey,
So-
hey. set him up.
Hey, 2 of them were
He
screen
set him up.
passes.
He set him up.
No, he didn't. The whole line
He
set
did.
him up.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
if he
Touchdown
doesn't throw the ball to the motherfucker, they don't
Listen,
get a touchdown. God damn it, Dylan.
Oh,
Listen,
we're gonna
Dylan.
boost
He
Caden-
throws
we're
it
gonna
too
boost Caden
early.
McNamara.
Blocks
That's what
aren't
we're doing on
there.
this
He
podcast.
throws it too
I'm
late.
trying to keep on
Defenders
credibility
win.
right now.
He sets
Y'all
the
just started
play.
yelling at each other, but what really is scary is the Matrix, Dylan. What about the Matrix?
What is that?
Where
have
all
to
of a
do with
sudden,
this?
in last year there was only 1 over. This year there's
Don't-
going to be only 1 under.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Because they set this motherfucker at 36, 37 points every week. It's going to go over every week. They're going to only have one under. It's going to be the complete inverse because they're fucking everybody because everyone's like, dude, it's Iowa. They're not going to score points. And then they're going to get it by like one score every week.
It's still Iowa football.
Every week.
They play after this Iowa rivalry, Troy, Minnesota, Ohio State, Washington,
Did you say over for Ohio State? Are you crazy?
I said it for every single game, actually.
Because Ohio State can get the points on them.
Okay, but Iowa
if they keep these over-unders right around 35, 40 points, yeah. I feel like that one will be on
Northwestern, Wisconsin. That'll be the next under you see, I think.
Northwestern will be an under. Wisconsin will be an under. Northwestern's over-under this week is 33 points. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Iowa, I don't think people are remembering, has played the same brand of football for 10 years. Whether they have a good quarterback or a bad quarterback, they are a run-first program. Then they play
that's what I think is weird.
They pass. So if you want to throw on the over-unders, it always leans under because they're a run-heavy team.
But they play a lot of bad defenses.
Correct, but they played a lot of bad defenses last year with that bad, what do you call it? Quarterback.
But I feel like their quarterback
was great.
I feel like their quarterback threw it less than 30 times.
Well, yeah, because they
it was like a 15, 25.
Because they play, they're a run
15, 20. Yeah, and they're still run heavy. They had 40 carries.
And they only hit the over by 3 points. Let's keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. By a field goal. They got it by a field goal.
They gave them the mean 36 and a half. I mean, the 37, right?
37, and they won.
A little higher than they like to do.
So it was 3 points. So let's not act like they smashed this over.
Let's not act like they didn't think Iowa was going to do less.
Let's not act like they have the same exact defense from last year.
They have a better defense from last year.
You can't prove that. They have to play this. They quite literally have to play this full season in order for you to prove that.
Okay. Can I say from the recruits and the transfers that they got this offseason, based off of not only the 5-star white cornerback that has to prove himself, but this top 2.
Every white cornerback has to prove himself.
But
Come on. Don't act stupid.
Every quarterback.
Every corner ever, especially if you're white, has to prove himself.
They have a top 3 linebacker and a top 5 defensive tackle also on this defense. So the defense is
top 5 that entered the portal, or top 5 in all of college football?
Top 3 linebacker in all of college football.
This is simply due to the study that we are conducting. Are they white?
Yeah, Iowa's.
I'm just checking.
That matters.
Iowa is built off of white excellence. As fucked up as that might sound, the best players that have come out of Iowa have been white. It's fucked up to say. I don't like saying it.
What Dylan said is, if you're at Iowa and you're black, you're at the wrong school. His words, not mine.
They are.
I think I get it though. I mean, like, what's over in Iowa?
Look at George Kittle.
Nothing.
Best player to come out of Iowa. White. I'm sorry. It's just what it is.
But George Kittle looks like his name is Iowa.
Yeah, and then you got TJ.
Like his first name might as well
be
TJ
Hawkinson.
White.
Iowa.
They look the same though. They're the same build.
They're both white.
The hair, like the Viking look, everything.
White.
Okay, it's tight end you. We're talking about defense. We're talking about defense.
All we got is
all tight ends.
Jesse just named 3 straight tight ends, so I was just going off of what he said. All right, let's move on to another game here. We talked about Iowa for a while. Michigan and Fresno State. Michigan, another year, another pretty nice spread. We talked about how they don't cover the big spreads, but I don't feel like this was a big spread. But we still all took them to not cover, and they didn't. Fresno State was able to hang on here. 1 point is all that we needed. 30-10 was the final. We went into halftime the same as every game that Michigan's gone into halftime last year, and then it's just wait for them to score 20, 30 points in the second half. They didn't really do that. They scored 17 in the second half, but this was a very interesting Michigan game, and I think it all started with right before kickoff, they announced that Alex Orji was not going to be starting, and instead they were going to take the transfer walk-on of Davis Warren to start instead. Now, they did both play, but Orji only threw the ball twice.
Yeah, because he can't throw.
Oh, look at this. Right on time. This is perfect to talk about. We're talking about how Alex Orji was supposed to be the starter, and then he only threw the ball 2 times, and Michigan did not look good on offense.
Yeah, well, that's
Well, actually, we just started talking about the game, so I guess let's hear your opinions.
Well, it was an ugly game. Makes you realize that Michigan has a QB problem, and they need to figure that out quick.
Well, does it not piss you off? Because like they knew internally what the fuck they had going into the season. And being the school like powerhouse and all this shit that you are, being Michigan, you can't get one half decent fucking transfer quarterback to come hand the ball off and be able to throw 10 passes a game. Like,
yeah, he's a walk-on, Warren.
Come on, like the walk-on, and like now you're in a position where you're going into week 2 against a powerhouse team in Texas, and you have a dual quarterback system that isn't even like. It's not like there's 2 guys that are both so good that you got to play them both. We're not really fucking too sure. That's what it seems like. Like, that's kind of scary.
Yeah, I mean, they were expecting Alex to step up and be able to make a lot of the throws, but he makes a better running back.
Yeah, he ran it 5 times and threw it 2 times, if that's what anyone needs to know.
He's closer to Denard Robinson than he is to Tom Brady. Let's just leave it at that.
And the Don, the cover of college football, 11 rushes, 27 yards.
Yeah, if anyone here listens to 97.1 The Ticket, I agree with Mike Valeni. If you don't know who that is, he's one of the radio hosts. Donovan is RB2.
Which is crazy. He was just on the cover of
He's RB2.
football.
Well, they couldn't put Corum, Dylan.
What about JJ?
And they weren't sure who else. Well, no, he left too.
Okay, what about Harbaugh?
He left too. Well,
could have put Loveland. Loveland starts.
Yeah, I guess so. But he wasn't, the reason that they won the Natty. Technically, Donovan was the reason they won the Natty because he had the big runs. But
correct. Yes.
Well,
that's what everyone will remember. That's why he's on the cover.
Donovan's not an every down type back. He's a change of pace type back. So with last year with Corum, that dude was just a hard, solid fucking rock that they could just run it with him and he'd bust through, and then Donovan Edwards would come in and be a completely different tempo type running back. And that's where Edwards benefited a lot.
That was his benefit because he would have he has the speed. He doesn't have the I'm gonna run you over. He has the if I can run right past you, I'm just gonna do that instead. But his inability to make any type of cutback is fucking terrible. His vision is just not there.
He can make the cutbacks. He's taking too long to find the fucking pockets to go through. By the time he realizes which pocket to hit and which lane is open to take, he already has guys on him and getting tackled.
Hate to see it. All right. Bama and Western Kentucky. Bama covered that 34 easily. They doubled that with 63. Shout out to Tycho. And Jesse, did you take that?
I think so. Oh, no, I left it alone.
Okay, so me and Tycho for taking that one. And then let's get to Texas A&M and Notre Dame. I'm not going to lie, boys. I think I found my team.
Oh, Lord.
2 years ago, it was TCU. I need a minute. 2 years ago, it was TCU. Last year, it was Florida State.
I can't believe
I think Notre Dame's my team this year.
I'm not listening to this.
I hate you. Nope.
I won't allow it.
I hate you.
I won't allow it.
I don't give a shit what you allow. I'm telling you what I'm doing.
No. You're going to rag on them year after year after year after year after year and then join them?
Yeah, go to the right team. It's called being smart. And you know what I do every year with that team, Jesse? I make money. TCU didn't lose a game, made money.
You're not gambling.
You
make zero money. You have to stop saying that.
Now, Notre Dame, I looked at their schedule, undefeated. Full confidence.
Yeah, and Dylan, you're going to roll over cash, but if they lose one of those games,
you could talk your shit.
You're in the gutter.
People were saying the only thing that I need to be worried about was, Riley Leonard is going to go up against Connor Wayman. Connor Wayman is cheeks. All right? Connor Wayman ain't shit. Connor Wayman was 12 for 30, 100 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks. And don't tell me the wide receivers weren't getting open, because they were. He had horrible reads. The only person who had worse reads this week in college football was DJU. And if you want to see the clip,
I watched
that's
it.
already out.
I don't think it was his reads. I just think Notre Dame played good pressure.
Notre Dame played great pressure, but there was 3 clips I saw on Twitter of an open receiver, and people were like, I hate Connor Wayman.
I watched the game.
Yeah!
Start to finish.
You didn't see the meme of the fucking, what's his name, when he throws the ball way over the backboard? And yeah, they were saying Connor Wayman, that was him.
All I'm saying is, I feel like this is my problem with Connor.
Okay.
He got no confidence when the pocket folds.
Correct.
He's scared. He's too scared to play football.
He is scared.
He be acting like he can't take a hit. No one's gonna draft you if you're playing like this. You're not saving your body for shit. Except, I get it. You know, you got a life. I ain't saying your life is football. But what you here for?
Yeah.
To ball on the field. They came into your house.
Yes. And
Riley got disrespectful at the end.
Yeah, Riley didn't even throw the ball on him like that. Riley actually was doing a lot on the ground. He had 12 rushes, 60 yards, and then he had 150 yards through the air. But
there's no reason to score that touchdown at the end. But they was like, this is too easy. We're going to take it. Why wouldn't we? You bums. You couldn't get the stop? Yeah, no, because we're breaking through. Man. We're breaking free, so really flying.
And that defense, like you said, is great. That all line for Notre Dame is great. Running room with Love, great. I just think this team is going to be a hard team to beat.
They got nobody to play.
Dylan, I just think it's a bitch move to take the team that's already. Nah, listen, it's a bitch move to take the team that's already in the playoff after week 1 as your team. Take a team that isn't already guaranteed a spot. They're guaranteed a fucking spot.
You already know it.
They're not losing. They're not losing for the next 8 weeks at least. So they're going 9-0 to start the year. And you can afford to lose 2 to 3 games, and they're not going to lose the last 3 of the year. So you're a fucking bitch. Sorry.
It's hard to.
I had to say it. It's not a terrible pick. You're kind of a bitch for making it.
Team. Hey, look, man.
He's a bandwagoner.
It says the Walmart, Michigan fan. I don't want to hear it.
But at least he lives here.
I'll give you this, though. You do need to see at least 1 week of college football because of the transfers to know what the fuck your team is.
I know Notre Dame is good.
I get that you had to see it, but it's just kind of a bitch move because that game against A&M, at A&M to start the year with a win, and then literally winning the next 8 games, probably guaranteed. I just think less of you for taking that.
A&M had all this hype about them coming out of the SEC about how this was supposed to be the best team they've had in how long and blah, blah, blah.
Dude, they did that 2 years ago or whatever when they spent all the fucking money or last year, and then the same thing happened.
I guess it's rinse and repeat.
Texas A&M talks too much.
You also got to realize this is week 1 of fucking football.
Yes.
Every single team that's supposed to be a top dog in college football looked like complete and utter shit.
That's not true. That is absolutely incorrect. That is a horrible statement, Luke. That is not true at all.
Yeah. I can say that at one point or another, almost every top team looked a little shaky.
I thought Penn State.
Georgia,
Ohio State.
Didn't really have a moment. The only ones I'd say didn't really have a moment would be Penn State, Alabama, and Tennessee.
Miami won 41.
I mean, Miami didn't fucking beat them 45-10.
41-17 is pretty close to 45-10.
It's close, but there were some garbage points at the end.
So
you can't count the garbage
won 52-6.
The complete domination teams, that's different. But Ohio State's game was close at halftime. That's
Ole Miss won 76-0, so add them in there. Arizona won 61-30, so throw them in there. That's a
there
was 5 teams. 5 teams that played.
Yeah, so you can't say every team looked like shit.
I can say every team when there's only 5 teams out of all of college football.
There's only 130 teams.
5 out of the top 25.
Yeah.
5 out of 130.
Okay.
It's a very small number.
But 0.03% of the teams in college football had a good week 1.
Was Oregon. Let's talk about them.
Yes.
Okay, tell me how they had such a good play from running backs. 95 yards from their top running back, second running back 45 yards and a touchdown. Receivers, 87 yards, 85 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown. Passing, Dylan Gabriel, 41 for 49, 380 yards, 2 touchdowns. Why is the score 24-14 against Idaho? The box score and the real score are not aligning. Somebody explain that to me, how that makes sense?
I can't because I didn't
you see
tune into the Idaho game. I personally don't know, but I did hear.
Well,
that the
you
box
see,
score
when in the
was
new
crazy.
dawn of college football, where you get 800 different transfers going to 800 different schools, and so rosters are just all usually different, and they got new big pieces to use. It takes a game or two for them to start clicking. So yeah, they can have all that, but the click in the key moments to put up the points may not always happen. That's why I usually don't really actually judge a team until after a couple weeks into the season. Some teams get slow starts, and we're going to see a lot more slow starts from a lot of teams in college football in general with how the transfer portal is taken over.
This was a slow start, but it wasn't from the Heisman favorite, Dylan Gabriel. My God.
Yeah, how about that new
Motherfucker
Heisman
laying
favorite,
it
Ashton
everywhere.
Jeanty? How about
You
that,
wish.
Dylan?
You
huh?
wish. Yeah, you know what we haven't
Just
talked about?
wait.
You know what we
Just
haven't-
fucking wait.
You know what we haven't talked about, Tyler? Even though I know so badly your ass wants to talk about this Boise State game. So we'll talk about Ashton Jeanty's 5 touchdowns. But you know what we also are going to talk about? We're going to talk about the fact that they let up 49 points to a Georgia Southern team, and now they got to go play Oregon. So this defense is horrible. This O-line is horrible.
Okay, your mistake first is getting hostile in any type of way or getting loud with me about the fucking Boise State team. Your second mistake is thinking I give one fuck about anybody that isn't Ashton Jeanty, all right? That's your second mistake. You think I give one fuck about anyone else that plays on a blue football field that isn't named Ashton Jeanty? You're wrong. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with the defense, and I don't fucking care.
This is like Caleb Williams all over again.
I hope Oregon wins 96-28 and Ashton Jeanty has 4 touchdowns. I hope Oregon gets 100 points.
Just to clarify, this is like when you were backing USC because you didn't like USC, but you liked Caleb Williams?
Correct.
Okay. I'm on your
I
side.
like the player. I don't really care about the team.
Okay. I understand.
Also, hey, USC got a defense now. Look at that.
That's exactly where we're going next, Tycho. USC and LSU. This is my proudest play of the week because, like I said before, I not only had USC on the spread, but I got Jesse and Tyler to take the under with me. I convinced them, look, they got a new defensive coordinator who actually knows what the fuck he's doing. They got some new defensive transfers that actually know how to play football. Just give me a chance. You gave me a chance, and USC proved that they can play defense. And also...
Yeah, USC also proved that they might win the Big Ten.
And they also proved what I also said, which is that LSU's defense will crumble. Because that's exactly what happened on the last drive of the game. Not only crumbling with flags, but crumbling with bad defense, open receivers. And there should have been a game-winning touchdown that turned into a game-winning field goal just based off of how bad that defense was playing.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. LSU's offense looked really bad, too. Like, yeah, they didn't get points, but they're like...
That running back looked good, 22.
Yeah, the running backs did
look
good.
Nice.
The running backs look good. But overall, I wasn't a fan of the way the offense played, even though it was only a 7-point game. I just feel like quarterback played soft. Number 2 was the biggest dog in the game for LSU, obviously. But, yeah, no, I thought they had it.
Yeah, like Tyler said, shout out to them. And shout out to Miller Moss. 27 for 36, 370 yards and tutty. He looked great.
Yeah, he might be the best quarterback in the Big Ten.
Yeah, a lot of people were worried about, Malachi left to go to Boise and Caleb went to the NFL. What's going to happen with the quarterbacks? I think they're fine with Miller. I think they're just fine.
Just fine. That guy's gonna go to the NFL.
You high confidence in Miller Moss is what you're hearing?
I'm calling it now. He's gonna be an NFL quarterback.
All right, I already gave my whole 15-minute rant on why DJU should work at McDonald's, but if any of you want to talk about it.
Yeah, we all know. We all agree.
Florida State, Boston College game. Luke, if you want to talk about it, because I know I said you weren't here last week, but I said from me to the pod, Luke's only pick this week is Boston College. Luke, if you want to talk about it, because I know you had – I said you weren't here last week, but I said from me to the pod, Luke's only pick this week is Boston College. is Boston College money line over Florida State, because I know you were against Florida State week 1 and you were for Boston College. So I made that pick.
You took Boston College to win the ACC.
I made that pick for you, and it hit. So I know you are happy about this.
Yeah, shout out Bill O'Brien, best college coach.
Yeah.
Shitty NFL coach.
Going in the ACC.
All
You
right,
heard it here first.
let's
Actually,
get into
weeks ago.
week number 2. If you want to check out the not ranked games, you can check out Campus Kickoff over there. We already have like 10 picks between me and Tyler, so check those out.
Did you guys do Colorado, Nebraska?
We are, but we're going to cover that as well because we want to hear where you and Luke stand. Yep.
My bad.
First off, let's start it off with the 12 o'clock slate. Let's start it off with, I think in everyone's opinion, the biggest game of the week because it's 2 top 10 teams. A team that moved from number 4 to number 3 and a team that moved from number 9 to number 10. We got Michigan and Texas. The first time in 3 years that Michigan is a home underdog. Minus 7.5 points for Texas, and Quinn Ewers as the favorite going to Ann Arbor. Well, Luke, I think it's only right that we start with you.
For what? Sorry.
God damn it. Texas and Michigan, the biggest game of the week. Minus 7.5 points for Texas. First time in 3 years, Michigan's a home underdog.
All right, when you see a picture of Rico Beard's message to Matt Stafford, you
it just shakes the room up a little bit. Okay, hold on. I made all of my picks already. They're already locked into the app in my fucking system. So I'll just start it off by saying that I took Texas.
All right, Texas minus 7.5 from Tycho. Luke, how you feeling?
Also currently down to 7.
Ooh.
Taking Michigan spread.
Plus 7. Jesse?
I will be taking Texas, of course, but like thinking if that spread's too much, I don't know.
It's just 1 touchdown.
I know.
But it's at the big house.
Yeah.
Tough place to play.
And Michigan's defense still looks insanely fucking good.
Yeah, but I don't know. I know Texas didn't play that much comp, and of course the receivers are going to look good against a team like that. But Will had some bad coverages the other week.
Yeah, but then he had a pick.
All right, he had 2. He had 2 that he got absolutely like burnt on. But those only 2. Only 2 that were bad.
In Texas, that can be 14. Not saying in Texas, like, you know. But for Texas,
if
that could be 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
The difference of a 14-point game. So he got to really strap up. But I'm going to take Michigan on the plus 7. And the reason I'm going to do it is because I do feel like that defense might not get as much respect, but Michigan's also going to lock in because they were doing too much of that look ahead. But that offense is going to be the reason they don't cover this spread if they don't.
Yeah.
I think we all know that.
I think I might just go off of just not overthinking this and just think on what I'm seeing. Texas minus 7 is the smartest play for me. I look at how good that offense is. It's going to be a base of Texas's offense and Michigan's defense. That's what will keep this game close. But I think inevitably it will pull ahead because Michigan's offense will not be able to get shit going. So
I think ultimately we're going to see how much the college football is like the NFL, because right now offense is taking over in the NFL.
Yeah.
And we're about to see what's happening in college.
I agree. That's a great point there, Tycho.
You know, I know we're talking college ball right now. I would just like to interrupt with some breaking news regarding the NFL and the Washington Commanders.
This should be good.
They have suspended their vice president of content due to him being recorded secretly during a date with a woman from James O'Keefe's media company, where he said, over 50% of our roster is either white, religious, and God says, fuck the gays. And another big chunk is very low-income African Americans that come from a community that is inherently very homophobic. Players are dumb as hell, high school educated alcoholics, and mouth breathers. That was just part of it. And,
jeez.
Yeah. It's not looking good for the guy.
No. Oh
And
man.
he
Wow.
told
Yeah.
her
See ya.
that- He told her that his job as the VP of content is to sell hope to fans, even when there is none.
Well, he made the right decision getting his ass up out of there because he's an evil person that belongs in an evil place.
He's
Oh
in
my
the shit.
god.
He's in
Yeah,
the
see ya. All right, back to the picks.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to. Okay, I got a play here, but this is a play that I feel like everyone's going to agree with me. Okay. Georgia Tech, ranked number 23, is going to Syracuse.
Yeah, I'm on Georgia Tech.
Yeah, a plus 2.5 point underdog after the first two games, now beating Florida State. And I know people can make the arguments of Florida State not being a good team, but then also having a great week too. I love the Georgia Tech money line here.
Georgia Tech is the favorite, Dylan.
Oh shit! Sorry, Georgia Tech minus
You're reading
2.5.
it backwards.
Yeah, I love Georgia Tech minus 2.5 here. Sorry, I said that backwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that pick. I feel like that's such a good pick.
I mean, hey, if you want to take the money line, it's damn near the same value. You're only shaving off a couple dollars.
That over under is
minus 115 on the 2.5, minus 135 on the money line.
Tyler, are you taking that spread with me?
I'm already on it, my friend.
Beautiful.
Picks are locked in. I can't really change them.
All right, Jesse, does anyone want to play?
I'm going to play the over on this. Big point. Over 61.5. I see a shootout.
I like that. Luke, do you want to play? You want to dabble?
I'm taking Georgia Tech's money line.
Beautiful. All right, next game that we got here is a game that we already talked about yesterday, but I feel like, we need some other opinions. We got ABC, Arkansas, going to number 16, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State minus 7.5 points over under 62.5. Me and Tyler already are on Oklahoma State on the spread and an Ollie Gordon breakout game on prime time at home.
I fed it to the people on the last episode. I'll feed it to you again. Ollie for 2 tutties and the spread. Take it. Plus 294.
Yeah, I do like that. Arkansas won 70-0. That's insane. That's crazy. I'm gonna be banging I'm not banging the over on this. I'm gonna take Oklahoma State. Yeah, Oklahoma State with the upset.
Well, the favorite.
Well, no, they're favored. Yeah.
I just did that. It's fine. Luke, do you have a play on this game?
No.
Okay. Next game that we got. I believe we are out of the 12 o'clock window. Yes, we are. Moving into the 3:30 slate. And we are starting off with the Iowa State game. Iowa, minus 2.5 points. And the over-under, 35. I'll go last. Jesse? Not there. Tyler?
Booyah. Cool. Yeah, man, I don't really know. I'm gonna fucking. I didn't even pick this game on my.
If you don't want to, you can just.
Yeah. This is the one I skipped, so I'm gonna skip it.
All right, Luke, are you gonna skip or are you gonna play?
I gotta see them hit the under this year.
I guess Iowa money line.
All right, revenge game. I need it. I absolutely need it. If okay, Tyler, here's where I'm at. If the over hits comfortably, not by a point or two.
Right, I hear you.
I'm talking comfortably. I will ride with your Matrix theory.
Okay? It seems possible.
If it's a comfortable over, I will ride with your Matrix theory.
But then again, I have to also realize how long are they going to keep the over-unders in the 35 range if they keep going over. So we'll see. See what happens. When we start flirting with 39.5, we'll talk.
Yeah. Is Jesse still gone?
Yes.
Okay. Next game that we have here is a game that we talked about on Tuesday, Tyler, but the odds have moved. Maryland and Michigan State. It was at 8. It's now at 9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you took Maryland minus 8. I took Michigan State plus 8. The spread has moved to 9 points, which makes me feel more comfortable. We're keeping the 8.
So let me just tell you what happened here, okay? and I like what I did with this. So as you know, if you go in there, you can buy points. Okay. So I took Michigan State on an alternate spread at plus 10.5.
Yep.
Only moved the line to minus 139.
Beautiful. I think that was.
So I'll take him on the 10.5, but 9.5, even 9.5. I was like, I kind of want another point and a half here. So 10.5, Michigan State against Maryland.
Yeah. I hope it keeps moving when we get to Saturday. If I'm being honest with you.
That'd be great.
Did I miss anything?
I'll take it again.
Oh, the only thing that you missed was what are you doing with this Iowa State game? Are you taking the over?
Yeah.
35.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all we needed. Now we just need Michigan State and Maryland.
What's
9
the score?
points. Favorite Maryland.
Maryland -9.
Okay, so Tyler has Michigan State alternate spread plus 10.5. I have Michigan State plus 9. Jesse has Maryland -9. Luke.
Diverse picks in here. Pick your flavor.
Maryland -9.
There we go.
Is it 9 or 9.5?
I
So
have
I'm
it at
seeing
9.
9.5.
You have it at 9 too, Ty?
Luke, are you on DraftKings at this exact moment?
9.5.
Yep.
Okay, 9.5. Even better. I like that even better for Michigan State. 9.5. Take the points. Beautiful. All right. Next game that we got. We'll leave that.
It's a game of the week.
Yeah, I'm just moving past to see if there's any other games that are people aren't talking about, but they're actually good. But that's why we do Tuesdays. So let's get to the top 25 game. All right, 7 o'clock prime time window. Number 14, Tennessee, going to number 24, North Carolina State. Over under 61 points. Tennessee is the favorite, -8 points. Tyler,
I'll let everybody else but me go.
I think we already know what you did, but okay.
What do you think I did?
I think you took your boys to win by 8 points.
You're incorrect.
Okay.
I will be taking +8 for NC State. Defense.
Okay. Defense. Luke?
NC State +8.
Schmilling?
I got the under. I like how Tennessee didn't allow any points last week, and NC State's defense is known for why they're ranked. 61 points. I like the under.
All right. I took the over.
Wow.
Why did I take the over? Let me tell you. NC State going to be balling. Why? Because they have 11 or 12 players from their team. By the way, this game is a neutral site.
Yes.
They're playing in the Duke Mayo Bowl, I believe, or Duke Mayo Classic or something.
The Classic, yes.
11 or 12 of the players from NC State are from that area. They live in that area. They got recruited from that area. All their family and friends are going to be there. They're going to be balling. Tennessee's going to be fucking balling too. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of defense come second half when everybody's just balling out because their friends are there on NC State and the defense is trying to get picks, making mistakes, and Tennessee's getting points. So I see a lot of points going up in this game. Give me a 42-37 final or something like that, but they're hitting the over.
Okay, respect the game.
Okay, I like how we both have good takes for our over and under plays. Now we'll just see what happens. All right, Tyler, we left this alone yesterday, but I can report the spread has moved. Number 7, Oregon, Boise State, 10 o'clock p.m. It was at 19 yesterday. We didn't like it. Well, it's at 20. How do we feel?
No.
Still not touching
You needed the 21 and a half.
Well, okay. I did. You're right. It's moving, though. It's currently moving. You never know.
What do you
By
need
the time the game starts, I might be there. 21 and a half at least.
Okay.
Need the 3 touchdowns.
I need 3 touchdowns. Yes, I need 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I would touch this with a stick. Not a 20-foot stick.
That's a big stick.
I'm just gonna lock an over in. I'm gonna lock an over 61 for the reasons of Boise State and Gentry are gonna need their
because Boise
offense.
State will get destroyed, but Gentry will still try.
So. And then I think Oregon, if they perform how they performed last week, but like Luke said, things are clicking more, and the numbers that are put up are still put up. You'll get more touchdowns. So I'm gonna take the over.
Am I skipping a week?
Anything, Luke?
Shit, what game?
Oregon, Boise.
Oregon,
Will
Boise.
Boise cover 19?
Probably not.
Yeah,
So they
probably.
covered 20.
Oh, will they cover 20? That's what.
Probably not.
Yeah, you're probably right. All right, Dylan.
All right, well, with that is week number 2 of college football. But we are not done with picks. Because, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night at around 8:21 p.m. Eastern Time, there will be not only football, but National Football League football. The NFL is back tomorrow, and we're getting into it right here, right now. Who?
Baltimore motherfucking Ravens, Kansas City fucking Chiefs, baby.
-3 points for the defending 2-time world champion Kansas City Chiefs.
Over-under set at 47.
And a half.
How are we feeling? There's no half.
I have a
It
half.
is 47.
I'm taking my half. And I know halves.
Oh, I feel like if we're all on the same podcast, we should all use the same fucking number.
Well, I'm not touching the over-under anyway, so that's okay. You can keep it at 47.
This guy.
I guess I'll start.
All right. Go ahead.
I am going to take the Baltimore Ravens to lose this football game. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs -3 points. Thank you very much. I love being the villain.
I don't think you're the villain. I think most people are on the side.
Dylan does rhyme with villain. Let's just get that out of the way.
The Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs want to start how they started last season, even though they won the Super Bowl. They don't lose home openers. That's not their thing. Like the Lions beat them that 1 out of 8 times or 9 times. I think they come back again this year when they shut down Derrick Henry. So I think scoreboard stays light. I'm going to take the under. And if you're feeling spicy, and I mean spicy, we're going to see God, I just forgot his name.
You're going to fuck your pick up by a prop.
No, this isn't my pick. This is just how I feel.
Okay.
What's his name? Baltimore defense, safety, Kyle Hamilton. When Kyle Hamilton blitz for a play, that play is going to be when Xavier Worthy goes deep, and we are going to see that speed. And Patrick Mahomes is going to remind us what happened when he had Tyreek.
He's got Rasheed. He's got Hollywood. He's
Xavier
got him.
Worthy. He don't got Hollywood this week.
Yeah, he's got 2 more receivers this week than he did last year.
Yeah, one more technically.
One more, yeah.
No, he got Juju. They got Juju back. He was very effective.
What is the current state of Juju Smith-Schuster?
He was effective.
Well, look, they're not going to be putting Kadarius Toney on the field, so at least they're going to have 11 people that know what they're fucking doing.
Yeah, he's better than Toney. I'll tell you that much.
Exactly.
You know, he's got a whole tattoo of the Chiefs on his sleeve. He's got a whole Super Bowl sleeve on his arm, and he's got a whole back tattoo of the Giants. And he's been cut by both teams. Isn't that funny?
No,
I mean,
I'm not gonna
call it what you want. He can also flash a ring and tell you to go fuck yourself. I mean,
yeah, but then I could just throw him a football, watch him drop it, and giggle.
Well, he'll probably throw it at you harder, and then you'll fucking drop it too.
No,
so.
Tyler, damn it! You're supposed to say that's funny.
I can't side with you. He's a professional football player. He's better than you. I'm sorry.
I don't. That's arguable. I think that.
No, it's not.
I think Tyler's a better wide receiver. I think
that is never going to be arguable.
Yeah, I think Tyler's a better wide receiver than him. I'm gonna be honest.
You're right.
I don't think I could possibly.
When I played catch with Tyler this weekend, I watched him make more catches than Tony in open space.
We're not gonna sit here and act like Kadarius Toney. His footwork and route running abilities are phenomenal, but he can't finish the play.
So don't be a wide receiver.
The separation. He gets into space, but he can't finish.
Be a corner.
No, it's not arguable. It's not.
Your route running is great. Your speed is great. You can't catch. Be a corner. Swat balls away.
That is arguable.
Yeah. There you go. He should be a corner.
Your fucking statement was not. All right, move on.
Okay. Luke, what's your pick?
Who's next?
What game are we on? The guys.
Holy
bro,
shit, buddy. There's only one NFL game.
Okay, I didn't know if we were covering the
tomorrow.
fucking other ones too, so I was going through, and then you guys went on your big
This is the
fucking
fourth
tangent
time this
about
pod. You're like, where are we
Kadarius
at?
Toney. So
Hey.
Like, why are you so
And
confused?
he's also on or was on the team that we were talking about.
yeah, it was. So like continuing to talk
That
about
plays
it, like
tomorrow.
he could have
So,
been
like,
on a
we're-
different team, and I didn't see it.
Well, that team would be in the XFL.
Taking Ravens money line, so calm your tits down, Dylan. You can stop freaking
Well,
out.
this is the third time this pod that you've been like, where are we at? Like, come on, man.
Okay, cool. I
That's
don't
where that
care.
came
I'm
from. That's
trying to
why I-
fucking figure out my picks. I was
That's why
rushing
I
over
yelled.
here. I had a busy fucking day today, unlike you.
Let's not make this personal, okay?
Let's
We're
not
doing a
make it
podcast.
personal.
Yeah, let's not make this personal. All right, we're doing a pod. Thank you guys. Is there anything else that we want to add, or are we good? Where we're at?
I'd like to make my pick.
You didn't make a pick.
No, I'm on Baltimore +3.
Why?
I don't really know if they're gonna win or not. I like that I get 3 points at least. They got Justin Tucker. It might be a 3-point game.
Everybody has a different pick.
I like it. And I'll take it for that reason and that reason alone.
We have
So.
Chiefs -3 under, Ravens money line, Ravens +3.
Okay.
You got a touchdown. Wait. Who's getting the first touchdown of the NFL season?
Xavier
You were
Worthy.
gonna ask them up.
Come on, everybody! Everybody's got to take one. Everybody's got to take somebody, and it can't be the same person as someone else. So, Jesse, you go first.
Xavier Worthy.
Well, that was mine. So
Dylan.
what am I supposed to do?
Well,
You got to pick somebody else.
I said it in the bet.
Isaiah Pacheco.
Luke.
Derrick Henry.
Fucking goddamn it.
Chris Jones is gonna eat that up.
I was hoping no one was gonna do.
Chris Jones ain't gonna eat shit up.
Wait, can I change my pick?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Kansas City defense.
Wow, he's feeling crazy.
He is.
Our pick.
I'll take Lamar Jackson
All right.
to do it his damn self.
And I would just like to add Colorado +7.5, but Nebraska.
No, we didn't talk about that game. Oh my God,
Nebraska
you're right.
Cornhuskers win.
We did
Great
talk
point.
about it. Yep.
I'm on the over.
That's where we'll end. Colorado, Nebraska. I have Nebraska on the spread as well. Yep.
I'm taking the over.
That makes sense.
I think that's what I'm on. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yes.
The spread.
You already said it.
Fucking Nebraska or
Colorado.
whatever, whoever the
Nebraska.
fuck Colorado's playing.
Actually, yeah, Nebraska.
I'm still not 100% sure.
I
Are
think-
you on Nebraska or Colorado?
Nebraska.
Okay.
Go Brask.
Cornhuskers.
Go Corn.
Nebraska.
Corny.
I'll tell you this week, when it comes to that Ohio State game all the way down the road, I will be taking money line Nebraska. They will ruin Ohio State's season.
Yeah, I hope Derrick Henry I will say, watching Derrick Henry put the Chiefs in their place would be just such conflicting feelings for me. I'm going to be honest. I don't know how I feel about this man anymore. Why do you have to go to Baltimore?
You know, but Dylan, even if he beats the Chiefs in the regular season, you can always remember he failed to do it in the playoffs.
I'm trying to remember when they played the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Wasn't it the year they also played they were the number 1 seed? Or no, they lost to the Ravens. It was the year
Who
after.
did they play the year we went?
They
played
lost
the
to the
Bengals.
Bengals. Yeah, they didn't
Yeah,
play
they played the Bengals in their Super Bowl year. When
Yeah.
they Bengals then played the
I was
Bengals
gonna
then
say,
went to
when did
play the
they-
Chiefs.
Excuse me, I'm
They
thinking of
didn't
Houston.
get there.
Thinking of Houston. My apologies.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They lost to Cincy and then Cincy
I was
played
like,
the Chiefs.
I know my boys. I'm pretty sure the only playoff win I've seen in the last 5 years was against Baltimore. But that's all we got for the picks for college and for NFL, or one game NFL. But if you want to see where all the rest of the picks are on NFL, make sure you tune in Saturday because we got the whole week 1 slate lined up on Saturday, 10:30 Eastern time. Make sure you guys join. We're moving from 11 a.m. to 10:30 because of 12 o'clock kickoff. It makes more sense because we're still doing the pod by the time games are kicking off. So, follow us on Sharp Sports Network, on X, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitch, on all social medias. Follow, subscribe, like, every Wednesday, every Saturday, you're going to get the Sharps. Every Tuesday, you're going to get Campus Kickoff. So make sure that you guys are here and you're watching and you're following. And if you want to know where to bet on these plays, you're going to download the Sharp Sports Network app over on the App Store. You're going to use promo code TYCO011 when you sign up, and you're going to be able to fade, you're going to be able to play, you're going to be able to do whatever you want with all the picks that we just gave you. It was a great week for week 1. The boys went over 500, unless your name is Jesse Carter. And for week 2, we're all looking to do the same. So, well, not Jesse. Jesse's looking to go over 500 week 2. Sorry, that was confusing. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you Saturday. I'm McKilly. Have a good one. Peace.
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tail your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharps securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more. So you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.